Welcome to Tarot and White Oracle, where we get into the cloud to see what we see. This is for Capricorns, and this is your you versus them. Remember, I do read for current energy, and this is just a snapshot of your energy. We'll be going over feelings, actions, thoughts, and wants as I dive into you and your person. Remember, energy can be flipped if you feel like you're here and your person's here. That's completely natural. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So as I was meditating, I was seeing horses jumping up, lifting their legs up, neighing. I was also seeing a lot of banging on a window, knocking on a door, banging on a door. So I feel like there's something disruptive in the energy between you. Maybe one of you is trying to get the other's attention. Maybe one of you feel like you're blocked out, closed out, trying to get in. The horse to me feels like a very strong energy and forceful, but yet it's kind of reckless or a little bit felt out of control too. So let's go ahead and dive in. Thank you, Divine Creator, for channeling guidance. All right, so what I do see for the universe's lesson, the energy between the two of you. So 3 energies wanted to pop out. We do get the coy, loneliness, and comply. So this energy feels to me a lot like the universe teaching you about how oftentimes within ourselves, but also in connection, we might feel, again, I got a closed off energy. I was getting that in the meditation, and then this also fell out in the cards. So there's something around maybe being too legalistic, maybe having too many rules, too many walls, closing yourself off, and not being open enough. Something about maybe even unwritten rules where you feel like you're in a relationship that you can't quite get into. The person isn't quite letting you in. And there's a loneliness here, right? And it might feel like walls, or it might feel like your person maybe is just too rigid, something around following a lot of rules. But a loneliness is at the center. There's a strong feeling, in this energy of not just being alone, but having an emptiness and a depression coming through. But we do have that bear imagery as well. And so there's and he's sitting, you can see him sitting right here, and there's a strength that needs to be found in the loneliness, sometimes the emptiness, depression, wandering, trying to figure out. It says gap period too. So some of you may be going through a period where you feel like, whether you're in connection with this person or in separation, where you feel like they're not there for you, or you're feeling a lot more alone. But we do have this energy that came out first, which is beautiful. And this is all about persevering, right? Because good fortune is right around the corner. So this is what was coming out in the lessons between the two of you in this connection. Now, I also draw 4 bread of life and themes. So let's go ahead and dive into that. We do get the Mark 13:31. And again, 1 energy popped out and then 2. So it was funny. Heaven and earth will disappear, but my words will never disappear. Mark 13:31. This is an energy of 4 and 4, which is an 8, which also came out in the angel energy, which we'll go over later too, which is angel advice. So an 8 is all about your personal power, your progression forward. This is a reminder that the strength that you have within, that you can connect to through source, through God, through the universe, whatever terms you want to call it, that strength that you find there within your soul, that will never disappear. It's always there for you. It will allow you to persevere. And we also got Micah 7:8, which is a value of 15, or transfers to a 6, which is all about, though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. So again, it was funny because this energy fell out with this, and this is about loneliness, but then the bear is sitting there with the strength, and you can see there's like a little light shining here. So it's like, even though you're alone, remember, there's still light there within and also above. So this energy, the 6, is all about remembering what's above. It's all about remembering that light that's within you and above you. So there's something in that for the collective Capricorns. And then lastly, this energy also fell out with this one. So he who watches over you will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. So this is a value of 2, 3, 4, and 3, which is 7. So this is a 7 numerically is all around, of course, resting, which is nice because this is about slumber. And so there's something around when you feel like you're alone, when you feel like no one is there for you. All these messages are kind of reminding you that source is there. God has got you. The universe, trust the universe. The universe has got your back. Like, this is the energy that I'm feeling, that you're not alone. You might feel like you're closed, or you're having a gap period, or you're lonely and you're suffering from some emptiness, depression. Where is my person? I'm not feeling as connected. I'm banging on that window, banging on that door, trying to get in. And this feels like a horse, neighing and restless and chaotic, and I'm not sure what to do. And this is the energy that's first coming through for the collective that I'm reading for with Capricorn. So let's go ahead and dive into your energies that are repeating cycles or repeating themes within this connection. I did get 2, and then I just drew one more for fun because I figured we had 3 of these, so we might as well have 3 of these. So I do get memories, reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet, realizations, epiphanies, and clinging energy. So it feels like one of you or both of you is clinging a lot to memories. And this feels like a lonely energy to me. You can see the darkness in it. There's shades of gray. And this feels like this energy here. In the times that you're feeling alone, or your person's not there, or closed off, it's like you're still clinging to those memories. You're still reminiscing, and something about that is bittersweet. But underneath it all, it's like there's a light there to remember that you have that. And in this picture, that light showed up as well. And so that was interesting. It was like that light is still here. You're having awakenings, understandings that even though you might be alone, you are not alone. And that source has got your back. God is there for you. Trust the universe. They're all similar messages. So let's go ahead and dive into our tarot and find out what's going on with your Capricorns and your persons. And so we're going to go ahead and look at Capricorn first. So I do pre-shuffle here, and then we'll get into feelings, thoughts, actions, and wants. So with the energy that was in the pre-shuffle for Capricorn, this is Capricorn's perspective, a perspective they're gaining from this connection, because this connection exists with these lessons. They've gained a perspective. And this is all around that metamorphosis, right? Butterflies transform. They become, they're that caterpillar that goes into the cocoon, and they transform into the butterfly. So there's a perspective that the Capricorn is gaining that is transformative, that is metamorphosical, right? I'm making up a word here. It's metamorphosical. And there's something that's hopeful about that. Like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, hope at the end of the day. Even though it's been an arduous or long, heavy, hard journey, something that feels like maybe you even have to do it alone or by yourself. Or maybe you feel like you have to cause a ruckus in order to get any attention. There's a perspective that the Capricorn is gaining in this. Now, this is the butterfly and the snowdrop. And the snowdrop takes time. It drops and it melts. And the butterfly has its metamorphosis, right? So because it comes out in the reverse, though, there is a reminder of not acting, right? Of being patient. That snowdrops are not hasty for winter's end. And, the caterpillar's in its cocoon and it doesn't rush to be hatched. And so spring comes, and that's when health and beauty and healing and metamorphosis takes place. So there's something around the Capricorn realizes that this connection is transforming them from the inside out. There's something significant in the way that they're learning to see the light within themselves above, and also Capricorn's person maybe as well. We're going to go into that in a moment, but that learning to be strong in the loneliness, in the depression, and to persevere. You may even be having an actual awakening. I do feel the blue energy from the butterfly on this side with realization. So I feel like this side of the energy may be having more of the realizations, more of the awakenings or understanding coming through, because they are going through a metamorphosis. But this is an emphasis to remember to be patient and to not jump onto something fast. So who is the Capricorn? In our pre-shuffle, I did get the Firefly reversed with our Strength Egyptian energy and our Five of Wands Egyptian reversed energy. So the Firefly is, again, very similar to the butterfly. This is like an aha moment. This is like a realization. It's an aha. It's a, all of a sudden I have an understanding. All of a sudden I have insight. All of a sudden there's a light that goes off in my heart, in my head. So that's what this energy is. And it says, boom, look at that light. Remember that light. Because it did come out in the reverse, of course, this is also feeling burnt out. And so we also get that energy as well from our Five of Wands reversed. A lot of times it can be peace, but in this instance, I feel like there's something that is burnt out in the Capricorn. There's something that's very tired. Even though they're going through this transformation and this metamorphosis, both of those energies of insight and transformation came out in reverse. So and the Five of Wands is reversed. So there's a burnout in this process. There's an exhaustion. I just don't know what else to give, or I just can't give anything else kind of an energy. But it's coupled with the strength, and the strength is at the core. And that's beautiful to see right before the Five of Wands reverse. It's like, you know what? I'm finding my strength. I'm finding my courage. I'm finding the ability to move and push forward. So this is what I'm getting for the Capricorns on the Capricorn end, their perspectives, and a little bit of the energy that they're bringing to the table in this connection, from the connection. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the feeling space for our Capricorns and see what is Capricorn feeling about this connection, about their person. All right, we do get our Six of Swords. So this is a moving forward energy. Again, a being brave toward the uncertainty of the future. And we got that in our strength energy as well. What is Capricorn feeling about the connection, about the person? All right, our Ten of Swords. So this is an ending energy. So let's see what this is about. This feels like moving forward bravely past a painful ending that occurred between the two of you. Wow, two wants to fly out here. All right, so we did get the Nine of Cups and the Hermit. This did fall out in the past energy though. So I feel like the Capricorn is really focused on their own taking care of themselves. This is an energy that's more about I rather than we, but it is also kind of like our Empress, our mini Empress. So it's like taking care of yourself, loving yourself, self-love, self-care, but also building up your kingdom, building up your money, your wealth. And it was coupled with the Hermit. Both of these wanted to fly out at the same time. And so this is, again, the Hermit always comes with a light, right? There's that little light that shines, that light of mine. That song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm going to Let It Shine, comes to mind. And there is a sense of finding that light, which we have here, we have in the Firefly, and we have in the realization. So I really feel like that energy is all about the Capricorn, who is really just focusing on their own transformation, their own growth, their own development. what feels true to them, trying to connect back to what feels good, what feels like their soul's happiness, right? But there is a very painful ending that's being processed between you. We did get that gap period energy from loneliness. So I feel like for many of you, maybe most of you, you're in a separation or in a breakup, and this is why it feels so closed off, and like you can't get in. And the Capricorn is ready to feeling like they're going to be brave, to move forward, to move into uncharted territory. And I feel like this is related to the Ten of Swords because they did come out together and they are both swords. So it feels like this painful ending is at their core and it hurts a lot, but they're moving forward. They're trying to get past it. And the burnout may be coming from the relationship itself for some of you, but for others of you, I feel like the burnout has to do with just the emotional processing of this pain, of feeling of the breakup or the separation or the gap period that you're going through. So if you're not in a separation or a breakup, if you're not feeling like your person is closed off to you in some way, this is probably not your reading. But let's go ahead and see what is going on with your person. We're going to go ahead and dive into feelings, thoughts, wants, and actions as well. But before we do that, let's take a look at what perspective is being gained on the side of your person. So we did get the Bobcat and Blackthorn on the pre-shuffle. And I do that to save time. Otherwise, you'd be here for 2 hours. So the Bobcat and the Blackthorn is all about... So this energy, when this came out, this reminded me of the horse in my meditation. You know, the 2 legs were on the bottom and the other 2 legs of the horse were lifted up in the air. And it kind of felt like that. But also... this energy is a very strong, powerful energy. The bobcat is patiently waiting in the bush, and then it pounces with strength, vitality, and volatility, and it, ready for attack. And so I feel like the horse energy is coming more from Capricorn's person, and the banging on the window is coming more from the Capricorn. And they're having aha moments of transformation, and they might feel closed off and lonely. But let's dive in a little bit more. So this energy is all about having patience. This energy is about, a difficult journey that is requiring you to prepare and to take time, to be patient. There's also an encouragement around preparing yourself for the provisions that you're going to need to take care of yourself, or if it's the connection that needs more tending to. But that, remember, all this is going to take time. So there's something about things not moving quickly for both of you. And it's like this energy feels very much of needing to be patient to pass through your harsh winter. This is very much needing to be patient because it came out in the reverse, to get through that full inner transformation, to listen to that aha moments that you're having here and here, because you're feeling shut down here in this energy and shut down a bit in this energy and this energy as well. But you're pushing through, right? And you're trying to shine that light. This energy in the original arcana was Father Time. There's a sense of time passages, time passing. The song Time Passages comes to mind. That might be a song you like, Time Passages. And so this energy is a lot of time too, where it's like time helps you to become wiser. Time helps you to connect to that light within, to learn those lessons, right? So I get that feeling from this energy and the stuck energies here and here and the patience from here and here, especially since the Father Time energy came out. So the black thorns are this berry, and they're a kind of hardy. They're a kind of bittersweet. They're a thorny shrub, and but it feels like you can overcome an obstacle because they're so thorny. It's like they're piercing your skin, hurting you, breaking you, and this could come from fights or words or the disconnection or the breakup or the gap itself between you and your person. And there's something around something is very bittersweet. It's like it's sweet, but then there's something bitter here too. And these sharp spines are causing, pain. So, but they're also nourishment, right? Because the berries themselves are providing the nourishment. So it's like you're going through a hard time and you're feeling the pain of it. But there's nourishment here for you, and you've got the power. You're like learning how to be strong, learning how to persevere. So I feel like this perseverance energy is more to do with Capricorn's person. You're learning your perspective in this connection. It's like you're learning how to be stronger and how to be patient. And this person is learning more of a transformation that's needed from within. And also learning how to be patient and push through the shutdown. So let's go ahead and dive a little deeper into what your person is feeling about you or about this connection. What is Capricorn's person feeling? All right, we do get our Page of Wands. So this is a bit motivated. The first thing I saw, though, it looked like tears coming out of our image, right? So I felt like your person was crying and sad. But it's like there's a motivation underneath it all that's pushing them forward. They're not going to let things get them down. They're going to be strong, right? So let's see what energy overall your person's bringing to the table, bringing to the connection, from the connection. So we do get our hyena, which a lot of times can be using sarcasm and wit and jokes to hide your pain. It's a mask that you use to hide the pain underneath. And that's what I was seeing with this. There's a pain, there's tears, but it's like you're not going to let it bring you down. You're lifting yourself up. You're going to be that strong bobcat. You're like that horse in my meditation, lifting up and finding its force. But this energy is also, a pack animal. So it's like wanting to socialize, being social, trying to find strength in the group. Which is interesting because the bobcat is an independent energy. So you might be the type of person who is finding strength in a group, but you're also strong on your own. You're finding your strength within groups and within yourself. And that's a big part of the lessons that I see here. You're learning to persevere through the loneliness, through the sadness. And I imagine you are going through sadness too. If a breakup or a gap happened, usually it's not just one-sided. Both people feel some sort of pain about it. We do get our 10 of Wands, and this is in the upright, and this is followed by our Knight of Swords. So I feel like Capricorn, your person, this energy is also burnout. This is feeling burnt out, exhausted. And so that's coming from you here and here. But that's also coming from them at their core. And it's like you're trying to find the strength, the courage to overcome, to push through and transform and move forward from that which is really painful and hurtful, which for most of you feels like an ending. But for a few of you, it could be that you're transforming something that was really painful within this connection itself. Maybe you guys need a breather. You're in the middle of a fight, or you're taking a bit of time to yourself. Even if you're living together, it's like you're two ships in the night. You might not be talking right now because you're trying to heal that friction that happened between you two. But it does feel like your person is hurt too. You know, I can see the hurt in their eyes here. I can feel the hurt when they're using their sarcasm or jokes or masking themselves with a harder shell around them to hide that hurt. And they are also burnt out, exhausted, shut down. This feels like a shut down energy. And your person may be the type to use sharp words. They might like to argue. They might be arguing with you. Maybe that is what felt painful between you, a really strong argument. And, you know, this is coming out of the exhaustive shutdown energy. So it's like the words, the exchange of words between you, the fights between you two is exhausting, shutting you both down. So let's see what else, though. Your person, though, is feeling underneath it all a sense of motivation, a sense of climbing out of the pain. Let's see what else, which is exactly what I was seeing here with Capricorn. You know, you're moving forward with bravery. And they're trying to ignite that fire within them, that spark within them to have personal power again, which is what we also see in our angel energy, which we'll go into toward the end of the reading, finding their personal power. And that's also 888. We also got the 88 in this energy as well. So we also have our Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is feeling like a reunion, feeling like a, and the Queen of Pentacles. So your person is feeling like a reunion is about to happen. And because this energy came out, you guys may be getting back together, you know, sometime during the next 30 days. So this reading is current energy, but it will be flowing across the, you know, toward the end of February and through March and toward the end of March. So many of you may be coming back together in a couple weeks or 3 or 4 weeks, a reunion. Let's see what else we get, but it feels like that energy is flowing between you for most of you who are in separation or having a gap period. We also get the Queen of Pentacles. So your person feels a strong, committed tie to you. They feel like you or this connection is something that they want to commit to or they have a commitment to. I don't see the committal energy on Capricorn's end. So it doesn't necessarily feel like at this time frame it's a two-way street feeling, or that it may not be a marriage, but there is a committal energy showing up from your person. So your person still feels tied to this. And we also get clinging and memories. So I feel like this is coming also maybe from both sides, because we get this dark sadness vibe, loneliness vibe. And I feel like that's for you, but also for this person. Definitely for this person because of the tears. But I feel like there's some pain on this side too, because we get the Ten of Swords, and a Ten of Swords is a really painful energy. But holding on to the memories. And again, bittersweet. We got this from the black thorns. So, the blackthorn berries are bitter and sweet. And we also got that energy here. So I feel like the memories, the dwelling on memories is coming from your person's side. They may be clinging more to the memories. All right, so let's go ahead and dive further and see what's going on with perspectives. How does Capricorn perceive this connection? How do they perceive their person? Most useful and beneficial information. How does Capricorn perceive? King of Coins. Okay, so we do get that pairing now. So it is mutual, the commitment sense, the sense of commitment now. We get our King of Coins, which is a masculine energy, but take gender as it resonates, but it's a masculine energy showing up on the Capricorn side. We get the Queen of Pentacles or coins on your person's side of the energy. So it's the feminine energy, but again, take gender as it resonates. So both of you feel a certain sense of commitment to this connection. Now this comes in the perception space. So your person perceives this connection and perceives you as someone they can commit to, or it's a committed relationship or something they want to commit to. So that, but this is a perfect pair right now, right? So we do have that energy coming from both of you now. So maybe it is a marriage. And let's go ahead and see what else we get. I stand corrected because we did have our King of Coins come out. Let's see what else we get out of perspectives. Okay, we get our Knight of Wands. Let's see what else we get here. All right, we do have our Emperor. Wow. Okay. So the Emperor energy is a very strong soul tie, a soul purpose, a soul contract. And so the Capricorn may be perceiving this connection as something that's not just feeling like a commitment between the two of you, but also something very deep on the soul level, right? We do get our Knight of Wands. So this is a non-committal energy. It can be in and out energy, fun, pleasure kind of energy. So I get all of that in their perspective of this connection of you. The first energy feels like, you know what, this is something that can be grounded. This is something with foundation. This is a person, a connection I would want to build more with, or maybe we have a marriage together, we're living together, or have an apartment. Maybe we are exclusive, or maybe we're going in that direction. But there's also an in and out quality about this that feels like maybe you've had starts and stops, or endings, beginnings, cycles that repeat within the connection that feel like we're going towards alignment, feeling really close together. And then now we're being pulled apart, and this just feels like, are we even together anymore? There's something around that feels disconnected. And we get the Emperor. So a beautiful energy that feels more like, you know, you're my breath, you're my air, is what comes to mind. You're the air that I breathe, kind of energy. This is also a strong Aries. You may be connecting to an Aries. The King of Coins is a strong Capricorn and Taurus. The Queen of Pentacles is a strong Capricorn, Taurus. Of course, we are reading for Capricorn, but that's what's coming out. This is also a strong Virgo energy. So far, those are the signs that are coming out. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and Aries. But take what resonates for your situation. It doesn't have to be. We still also have a lot more signs to go through. And what is the perspective of your person? How does your person perceive you or the connection? Three of Wands, reversed. Three of Swords. Wow, okay. And Strength. Well, that makes sense because we're getting all of that energy. So your person, Capricorn, is perceiving this connection as stalled. There's something stalled, shut down right now in this connection. The Three of Swords is also, you know, that broken heart. It's they're perceiving you or this connection as have been hurt. There's a lot of hurt here. You're hurt. I'm hurt. that pain is showing up again. Those tears, that painful ending. You know, a lot of times this can be around those false beliefs that we have around ourselves or the other person or the connection, like I'm not lovable, or this person can't love me for me, or you know, I don't know if I'm strong enough to do this. And I see that a transformation is occurring on this side of the energy for Capricorn. So it's like they're breaking through slowly, but breaking through in some sort of transformative effect, so that they will be processing and getting through the pain, the hurt, or whatever false narratives they might be telling themselves. And this comes out in the perception space of your person. So your person is perceiving, you know, the stall coming from the connection. They're perceiving, they're not sure, do we have a future here? And they're perceiving the pain, but they also see that strength, and which we also got in your energy here earlier. So there's a strength energy that they perceive in you, the courage. And we get that bear imagery, which showed up in the loneliness as well. So I again, I feel like this light coming through from the loneliness is on this side of the energy, because the perception, your person is perceiving you as that bear. So you're that bear sitting in this loneliness, and you're trying to be strong. You're trying to find that light through the emptiness, the depression. And maybe you suffer from something like that, but so your person is perceiving that in you. So let's go ahead and look at what you want, and then we will dive into major events and actions. What is the Capricorn wanting from the connection or their person? All right, we do get the Three of Cups. And our Page of Swords and the Tower. So Capricorn wants to get together. They want to talk, hang out. They want to open those lines of communication, especially if you're not communicating now. They want to feel like those lines of communication are open. They want something to shake this up. They want to shake up out of that shutdown. They want something to, what I get is that imagery of that horse jumping onto its two legs and neighing and shaking. And the Tower energy is this shaking energy again, which is like everything that is a lie, everything that isn't true, everything that isn't working to be crumbling down, and you know, like a phoenix rising again out of the ashes, like a butterfly rising out of its cocoon. There's a sense of wanting a major transformation within, and within possibly the connection, within themselves and within the connection. They want to be able to communicate, hang out, talk, feel a sense of ease, and have something majorly shake this up, so that transformation and so that stuck and exhaustive energy, you know, gets healed, gets... The Tower energy a lot of times doesn't feel like something we want, you know. It often feels like something that's happening to us, but it's really happening for us. So it's like they want that crumbling down so that things can be rebuilt. And this fell into the future energy. So the Five of Wands. So we do get our Five of Wands here. That's coming from your person. And I feel like your person is saying they also want you to come out of shutdown, because yours was in the reverse. And so it was like you're feeling very shut down, and they want you to come out of that. They want you to fight for this, fight for them, fight for the connection. We get the Ace of Cups. And so it's like a fresh start. They want to feel like things are fresh. They want to open up and feel vulnerable again. A fresh start is what comes to mind. And wow, we get another one in the future energy. So we have our Four of Cups and our Six of Pentacles. Both are reversed. So the Six of Pentacles feels like right now things are stuck, not fair. You know, one of you is giving too much or too little, or you're not getting anything from the other person. They're completely closed off. This feels like this energy closed. So they want that door to open. They want to not miss out on a good thing. They want to feel like you're going to allow your cup to runneth over, you know, and not be stuck. So this is like, come out of your stuck energy, come out of feeling shut down. Let's have a fresh start. And let's get out of this closed off energy, and let's not miss out on a good thing. So let's go ahead and see what we get for actions. Well, before we do that, we're going to draw for our major event. If you watch my channel, you know I've started doing major events. And all right, so we do get Mem, which is our Hangman energy. And so the major event, you know, out of Egypt, this is the 3 water waves. And it was water, you know, your lake, you replenish, you drink, you bathe. There was also an owl glyph, which had a lot to do with the nocturnal protection, you know, that watchfulness at night. So this energy to me feels like the major event that is occurring for you two, between you two, over the course of the next 30 days through the rest of February and most of March, is a sense of returning to feeling like you're refreshed, you're replenished, you're nourished again. You're not trying to cling to the things that no longer serve you. You're not trying to control the things you have no control over. You're letting go and letting God is what my Hangman energy is. You're trusting the process, trusting the universe. This energy is about knowing that you are protected even through the night when things are dark and chaotic and you don't know what's going to happen. So that's what I also get from the cards here, right? You're persevering through the loneliness, through the depression, through feeling like you're alone and this is dark, and the bear is still being patient. You know, he's not running around and jumping. He's patient, like these energies were saying. As you're going through your transformation, as you're going through, you know, coming out of feeling like something is very exhausted between you. So let's go ahead and dive into what it is your actions will be. So the 10 of Cups. Okay, that's beautiful energy. Glad to see that on our Capricorn's side. And 5 of Coins. I don't know, what's that about? And our 7 of coins. What's going on, Capricorn? Okay, so the first energy that I see here is, this is like wanting to invest more in the connection, into love, into your couple. So it's like your first steps in your action are when it's coming toward the union, the reunion again. It's like you guys are coming out of your gap period, your separation, your fight, your breakup. And you're coming toward a reunion, a reconciliation. And it's like the Capricorn is willing to invest emotionally and again, wanting to connect with you again, feeling that sense of love with you, really, like love is there. But then we get our 5 of coins and 7 of coins. So it feels like, you know, being left out in the cold, abandoned, you know, like you're going to not fully show up for your person. The 7 of, but the 7 of coins is like an investment still, you know, it's again, it's an energy around patience. So there's still energy showing up on the Capricorn side that feels like you're not all the way in. Maybe you're closed off a bit, and maybe that's mostly coming from you. You know, it's like you feel like you don't have enough to give, and you are going to show up where the other person might feel a bit abandoned, or they're being left out in the cold. And I feel like you are also feeling lonely. Like, I don't feel like you're doing this on purpose. It just feels like you're creating your own loneliness because you don't know how to show up fully for the other person. Because you don't know how to show up fully for yourself yet, right? And so there's something transforming within you, aha moments that you're realizing. And I feel like that's around how you show up for others because of how you show up for yourself. Because we can only meet a person as far as we've met ourselves, right? But I do get this investment energy. This is like, I want to invest. But the 7 is restful. It's patient. It's not taking action just yet. And that was the advice in the butterfly coming in reverse. It's like, don't act just yet. You know, be patient. You have to work through your transformation, all your aha moments, your realizations, letting that light shine within first. And then you're ready to invest. But I do see investment at the end of the day, right? So it's like your person feels the love. There's love there. They're opening their heart toward it again. They're going slowly and patiently toward investment. But at the core, there's a lot of fear. And they may be projecting this fear onto you. Like they feel like you're going to abandon them. They feel like you are going to leave them out in the cold. And so maybe they do that to you first. A lot of times that happens as well. But there's something about that going on. So let's go ahead and see what we get from your person, your person's actions. 6 of Cups reversed, okay. 3 of Pentacles. And 6 of Wands. Yeah, I was wondering if this was going to be stuck or working on this issue. So there's an issue clearly between you two. The 6 of Cups is all about that stuck cycle that you guys keep repeating, and it's an issue from your past, an issue that you guys keep running into, keep repeating, a cycle that keeps happening. Issues from your past keep coming up, and you're not sure how to work through it. But this is beautiful energy. This is our 3 of Pentacles and 6 of Wands. So this is all about working together on those issues. For some of you, that can even be therapy. You're working with a therapist. And the 6 of Wands is that success, right? It's that victory. It's knowing that you can do it. It's again, often someone riding in on a horse, which is what I saw in the meditation. So interesting. We're ending with that image as well as I started with that image of a horse riding into, you know, battle and or off of battle and winning. It's a proud horse energy. And, you know, there's a sense of having victory, working together through your issues, maybe going to therapy or self-help books, reading together to overcome the issues that you've had together in your past. So it looks like overall you guys are going to be reuniting and trying to work through the issues that have been coming up. And the Capricorn has some transformations to get through so that they are not feeling like you are going to abandon or reject them. And so they themselves don't project that, or they themselves don't show up half-assed, right? Where you are, where the Capricorn is not showing up fully for their other person, but one foot in, one foot out kind of an energy. But they are wanting this connection to work, it looks like, and they are going to be taking steps toward investing more in this. But this definitely feels, for most of you, this doesn't, well, it can be a marriage. I guess some of you might be married and you have some sort of friction, some sort of fight or issue that has really, it just feels like you're emotionally separated. Maybe even you're living in the same house, but maybe it feels like you're not together. That could be going on too, because we do get the Queen of Coins and the King of Coins. And that's very grounded energy on both sides. So there, it feels like some sort of commitment between the both of you. But some of you might just be exclusive. We don't get tons of grounded energy, so you're not necessarily living together. So let's go ahead and dive into what we see for our soul energies. And so before we do that, actually, let's look at our angel advice to finish it up. So we do get 888, which is also what we got from Mark 13:31, which is a 4 and a 4, which is also an 8. So now we have 5 8s. You guys may be seeing 8s as confirmation this is for you. You may be seeing butterflies, bobcats, fireflies, hyenas as well, maybe even bears or horses. Personal power, abundance, prosperity, strength, harmony, confidence, wealth, empowerment, epic romance. All that is good and pleasant in your life is about to multiply. Angels are sending this number to reassure you that prosperity, well-being are ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use your personal power for the greater good. Heaven and earth will disappear, but my words will never disappear. Mark 13:31. So there's an encouragement around knowing that God's got your back. Universe has got you. Trust the process. Prosperity, strength are coming for you. Empowerment is coming for you. Stay on course. So let's go ahead and dive into the soul energies. I don't really see too many soul energies in this connection. So this feels like a soul tribe connection to me. We do get 2 3s on this side. Another 3 3s. 1 4 6 8 5. Another 1 and a 2. Here's a soul energy as well. Let's see, 6 4 1 1. Right, and another 1. So we do get 3 1s on your person's side of the energy. The Page of Wands, Ace of Cups, and our 10 1 1 1. And we also get 3 3 3 from your person's energy. 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. So you may be seeing 1s or 3s, but also this is a soul energy. This is strong spirit energy, a lot of times with soulmate and soul twins. This is a soulmate soul twin energy, and this is often a past lives energy or soulmate soul twin too. So We have a little bit of that coming up, but let's see what we get. 1. We get another 1. 3. We have a 4. This is also a value of 3, 5, and a 5. So this is changes. We do get 2 5s on this side of the energy. And another 1. That's a 3 and a 3. Oh, wow, we also get another 5. 6 and a 9. So we only have 2 3s on this side. 7 and an 8. All right, so on this side of the energy, we also get 3 1s. The 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords, Page of Swords, 1 1 1. It's very interesting that you guys both get that on both sides. So there is, in the numbers, there's a lot more soul energy than there is in the cards. Let's see. Any more soul energy here? No. And we also get 5 5 5. So this is a strong indication that your Capricorn cross watchers, or Capricorn if you're watching, you're going to go through a lot of changes. This is all about those changes and those transformations. You're going through changes and transformations. You may be seeing 5 5 5 as well as confirmation for you. 1 1 1 or 3 3 3. Of course, we have our 8 8 8 8 and 8 sequence as well. We don't get too much soul energy in the cards. These are the only 2 soul energies popping up. But numerically, it feels like there's some sort of soul lesson that you guys are definitely working through. And it feels a lot like a soul tribe connection, where you have some soulful energy connecting you to something. Feels somewhat strong on the emotional level, soul level, but it's not like a true soulmate or soul twin connection. All right, so thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys in the next 30 days. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, let me know what's going on. And if you know the lyrics to Time Passages, go ahead and keep those in the comments. That's a beautiful thing. And I will see you all later.